Gentlemen, brothers, architects of the future, welcome back. Dwayne Langham, masculine leader architect in the building for another architect's blueprint breakdown. Now, with that, I got a special guest. We're doing a dual collab here. My man Q is going to dive in. We're going to be breaking down some footage from Jack Reacher. This is episode 1. You know, we got to look out for the copyright bandits, the computers, robots, AI scanning to make sure. So we're going to break down some segments here, no more than 1 or 2 minutes. But basically, we're going to be underlining the signs of masculine principles, as always, through the filter of divine masculine, feminine energy. So with this clip, I mean, honestly, I don't know exactly what to expect, but I think we're going to see some signs. I have watched the episode before. We're going to see Jack Reacher put down a man of very few words, where they say he carries a big stick, but ain't got to use it too much. So go ahead and run the clip, and then we'll get some thoughts after that.
All right.
I'm not good at math.
Sounds like a 40% tip.
I messed up, okay?
How am I supposed to get ahead when you're wasting my goddamn money? Get your ass in the van. The hell you want, asshole? I'm talking to you, stupid.
Oh, tell me, baby, why did you spend last night? Oh, don't you hear
Listen, man, I'm just having a bad day. Won't happen again.
Coffee?
All right.
So yeah, that's on point. I mean, it says a lot there because right in the first scene, like I said, a man of absolutely no words, simply a look. One thing I peeped the cinematography, how they did that perspective where the man just completely disappeared inside of Jack's shadow to kind of get that physical presence.
Right.
And man, he ain't shake for nothing. Just stared him down, ain't said a word, not a flex, nothing. So first things I see, immature masculine. So you notice the dude grabbing his girl, taking her outside. I don't even know what the argument is about. But, you know, he's getting all physical, giving all this extra energy and stuff, imposing. Like there's a false bravado behind that, because obviously it's not real power, and the dominance more or less in like domineering, like having to control the situation, having to be respected in a way that's not even respectable. And to turn around, see Jack in the business, and he tries to, you know, bark, pop off at the mouth, have him go on about his way, and then he even gets insulting with it. And the fact that what I saw in there, masculine principle, is like there's a level that we can take this to. And without saying words, what I got was the check-in. Honestly, as somebody who has dogs, training dogs, like that presence, the eye contact says that there's a problem. There's something about this behavior that's unacceptable, not going to work. And the same thing with dogs, they will get intimidated by that. That gives a sign of threatening. They'll never lock eye contact. They'll look away or veer off. And he didn't break any of that. He kept it right on until the man course corrected himself. And I mean, if that's not masculine grounding in my eyes, like it's just present there, something's going on, the way you up against the lady, your girl, whatever that situation is, you coming sideways, and then you came bringing it at me, bucking, coming at Jack, and without question, without hesitation, no flinching, like what's it going to be? Because I'm not going to allow this to continue. Like so much non-verbal communication demonstrated there inside of 30 seconds that just, you know, dude in his own world with his girl at his car in his own conversation got told, hey man, you need to act right. Man even told him, I won't let it happen again. He don't know this man. Just ran up on him on the street. Hey,
right.
I'm having a bad day, man. I won't let it happen again. And didn't even need to, who you calling stupid? Because he insulted him,
Yeah.
Him, but he didn't even have to address it. Like, oh, am I going to have to put you in check? Are you going to get right, or do I need to get you right? And it was a wrap. So, I mean, nothing better. That was by the book. It was scripted and very well demonstrated. That's masculine grounding principles.
Yeah, like you talk about like the cinematography and how they put them in the shadow and things of that nature. It's like a great example of polarization. And the reality of the situation is that most of the men that we have in our society today are very reactive. Like the first guy, they're very emotional. And so it's definitely a great lesson to extract from this in terms of like you should be striving to be like Jack Reacher as opposed to the guy at the van. Like, and it's not just when you meet somebody that's more dominant, it's just in your life, you really want to be unbothered by certain things, because when we talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, like the Buddha talks about suffering and how most suffering is self-inflicted. And we can see that this man is suffering, right? This emotional outburst is a form of suffering, and he really doesn't really know his way out of it. That's why he keep getting into the emotional trap over and over again of reacting this way. So I think, like you said, it was scripted, and it was like a textbook example of basically how we want men to be. We want men to stay in frame. And even when the outside world is people that's going to test you. And I found this to be something that is very consistent throughout life. It's usually the guys that can fight that are stoic. It's this famous basketball player named James, I want to say James Johnson, James Jones. He's a MMA fighter. And you know, when you on the court, people try to bully you and stuff like that. But he tries to avoid problems more so than get into scuffles with people. And like, I know a lot of people that are really, they fight professionally and they'll walk away from a fight before they engage in a fight. And so it really just, like I said, is something very consistent. And I think a lot of men definitely have to be trained to be this way. It's not something that's automatic, which is why we do videos like this, so men can understand that Jack Reacher reached a point in his life. This is not just the automatic default setting that men come with. So yeah.
I want to also say to ladies out there, because I think it's pretty much agreeable across the board. Physical violence is a demonstration, honestly, of weakness in my eyes, to what you were just touching on. The ability to walk away from conflict or manage conflict where it does not require physicality, abuse, anything like that. Someone doesn't need to be forced into lesser. The way his resolution, the first guy beating up against the truck, getting all up in the girl's face, getting threatening, cursing, all that, and without words, with distance, that's kind of an example I would say when looking for strong leadership, really men, women, anybody. If a leader is frazzled, if a leader is ready to turn on the team, you know, that's his partner, that's somebody in his corner, and he's acting out like that. Whereas Jack Reacher gives nothing about that guy, doesn't care about him, and to the same thing, gave him the respect of not just walking up, putting hands on him, not just correcting him in the same manner which he was trying to do with old girl. So it speaks volumes, just principles on demonstration.